Welcome to my channel.
My husband is probably cheating on me. I kind of don't care. His dad cheated on his mom for pretty much their entire marriage. His dad died the year before we got married, and he left nearly everything to my mill, but he left my husband the city apartment that his dad used if he was too tired to drive home after a long day at work. Yeah, you can probably fill in the blanks, but the thing is that he did seem to love my mill, and rightly so, because she's the classiest, most elegant, coolest person I've ever known. She knew that my Phil was cheating, but she pretended like they didn't. She and I are pretty close, but the one very brief conversation we had about it after he died, she said that she didn't care because she got to keep him. Which seems weird, but she's the one who got the expensive presents for Christmas, and she's the one he came home to, and she's the one who he bought a burial plot with. We've been married for 6 years and I'm about 90% sure that he's cheating on me. But the thing is that he doesn't seem to love me less. He's not going anywhere. He's still very clear about wanting to spend the rest of his life with me. And I find myself thinking that whoever it is can have him for an hour a week, but I get him the rest of the time. He's a really good dad to our son. He shows up for dinner, the time is still fantastic, and we have a pretty comfortable income. So I should probably care. But I'm kind of ambivalent as long as he doesn't duck up our real lives. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, get regular STD tests. Redditor follow up, I agree that STD testing is important, but honesty is also important. If you don't want to have a truly open relationship but are okay with him having time outside the marriage about don't want to know about it, I think it would be a good idea to set some ground rules with him. You don't want it to interfere with the rest of his life, always wear condoms, etc. Be prepared for the complications that can arise, STDs, pregnancy, etc. and be honest with each other's feelings. This may not be what society considers typical, but if it works for you and your family feel truly happy and fulfilled, then that is your path. Redditor 2, this doesn't exactly for your situation, but have you considered the possibility of an open relationship? Redditor follow up, exactly, set some ground rules and have fun. If they're both cool with the idea, then why not? Redditor 3, what makes you think he's cheating? Redditor follow up, probably abnormal going out times, coming home at weird hours, texting or calling during the night, or smelling like women's perfume. What other signs could there be? Redditor 4, good for you. Don't let other people tell you how you should and shouldn't feel. Maybe try some couples or solo counseling so you can make sure you're not just burying emotions. Good luck in your marriage. Redditor 5, hell's bells, Trudy. Redditor 6, I wouldn't think it's as bad if you were doing the same. If he can have his cake and eat it too, so should you. Although I still think cheating is bad and all OFC. Redditor 7, I agree with the counseling for you, because what if he does duck up your life somehow? I'm thinking an STD or getting someone pregnant. Maybe make some ground rules somehow? I understand what you're saying, but you're walking a thin line with trusting him to be careful. Redditor 8, why not get a bit of action on the side as well? Redditor 9, whatever works for you, man. Redditor 10, it's your choice, for sure. I just think while you are indifferent to it, you need to be smart about it as well. Take steps to make sure he doesn't duck up your real lives, mainly your own. Whether that is putting money aside or plans for the future. It may seem like you're planning for failure, but in reality you are just being aware of the reality. And who knows, it could be you that meets someone. Just my 2 cents. Redditor 11, well, if that's your priorities then you should care, because what if he gets someone else pregnant? Then he'll start paying child support, there goes your comfortable lifestyle. He gets an STD, there goes your fantastic time life, because he disregards your health for his own selfishness. He realizes he loves the mistress more than you, and she demands he leaves you for her because she knew the whole time, and it's not like she cares. Wives care for exactly the reason that this type of behavior fucks up your real life. Younger folks think it's actually about jealousy, but it's not. Honey, you better demand those side-by-side burial plots now if you're going to go down this road. Redditor 12, I'm probably the minority, but my best friend's parents have had an open relationship for a long time. They still have time, live, and sleep together, But sometimes they have time with other people. It's not accepted in our society, but they are very happy and really love each other. Maybe you have to try and have that discussion. Redditor follow up. My parents did this as well for many years, and they are still happily married 30-something years later. Redditor 13. Ambivalence doesn't lend you to create this post. If you didn't care, would you be seeking advice a place to unload? If you're the exception to the rule, why seek opinions of strangers who fill the status quo? What is your real concern? What is your real fear? Redditor follow up. Maybe she just wanted to talk about this. She didn't really ask any advice. Redditor 14. And how can he respect you if he's cheating and hiding it from you? Redditor 15. It only matters if it matters to you. Redditor 16. Hey, as long as you're happy. Redditor 17. You and your son deserve to have all of your husband, not just when he's done doing what he's doing out there, but to each their own. Redditor 18. Try polyamory? Redditor 19. One of the ground rules should be no crazy stalker girlfriend showing up at the house like that crazy movie with Glenn Close. That would be a major duck up of the real life. Redditor 20. Open relationships are fine, but the thing is that he's keeping it from you. He could have suggested it before he got started. Redditor 21. If you don't care, it can't hurt to just tell him that. Unless you're worried it will turn into something more if he knows you aren't pissed off at him. Redditor 22. I have a coworker who her and her husband have been dating since high school. They have several kids with each other. But they have an open relationship too. I guess it works for some people. I don't know if that would be the best thing for you though, because it doesn't sound like you want one. I would just let him know that you know, and as others have said, make some ground rules. There might be a good chance he would stop too just because of that. Personally, I don't mind if my partner does something like this so long as I'm invited. I don't have to be there. I probably would, but I better just be invited. Redditor 23. If it works for you, then great. Dan Savage would call this monogamish. Redditor 24. I will get downvoted to hell here, but if his affairs don't bother you, then so what? We in Western societies are conditioned to believe in monogamy when in fact there are tons of cultures where what you are experiencing is perfectly normal. For me, the rule is do what you are comfortable with. If you don't mind this going on and you guys are still happy, then duck the world and their opinions. This is your marriage and nobody can tell you what you must and must not do. Redditor 25. Good for you. You get to decide how you want to live. If he is there for you in the way you want, then who is to say it is wrong? The alternative would be breaking up your family, and for what? I don't think time fidelity is the be all and end all of things. To some people, time is just a physical act. And that's okay. Redditor 26. This sounds like something out of Mad Men. Or a possibly open relationship. I think, if you two believe that you can handle it, you can try to open up the relationship. Talk about it with him, you never know. Redditor 27. I've been thinking about this a lot with my boyfriend, thinking he's cheating. I've been trying so hard to be okay with it, I am a little bit. Did you have this problem at first too? Not being fully okay with it? Redditor 28. Whatever works for you, haha. It reminded me of that episode in Friends with Joey's parents and how it really all worked out for the better. P.S. I'm pretty sure you are Cassandra. Redditor 29. If you're happy, he's happy, and your relationship is still good, then I don't see what the problem is. Time isn't that big of a deal when it's used as an outlet rather than a form of intimacy. I know a lot of guys who sleep with other people while they're in a relationship. It keeps things from going stale. You can only have the same kind of pizza for so long until you start craving the occasional cinnamon roll. Redditor 30. Talk to him about it. The idea of cheating is sort of weird anyway. If people were meant to be monogamous, why would there be so much cheating?
Thank you for watching. Comment what do you think about this situation. Don't forget to like and subscribe.